guys, how are you doing today? I hope that you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. I apologize for my voice. I have a cough and stuff, but I know that you guys are here for episode 2 of the Cozy Caravan. You guys are loving the Cozy Caravan series. So I'm back at it with episode 2, and we're gonna go to 10 more states. And I've got some good ones here, guys. Like, I'm super excited. All right, so we left off in Georgia, and we're gonna go all the way to Hawaii. And this is Ukelele Murder by Leslie Langtree. I love the cover of this. It is a Aloha Lagoon mystery series. It says, Nanny Johnson thought she had made it when she moved from Kansas to the resort town of Aloha Logan, Kauai. In spite of her certifiably crazy mom, Nani is determined that nothing will stop her from becoming a ukulele virtuoso. Unfortunately, her Juilliard training doesn't help her break into the local museum scene due to some heavy competition from the terrible trio, 3 hostile local musicians. The only work she finds is a few bar mitzvahs and gigs at the kitschy blue Hawaii wedding chapel. But when one of Nanny's competitors drops dead after a public feud, Nani becomes the police's main suspect. Bum bum bum. That looks so cute. So that was Ukelele Murder in Hawaii. Then we're going to find ourselves all the way in Idaho, and we're going to Who Moved My Goat Cheese by Lynn Cahoon. Look at that adorable cover, guys. Like, it's fantastic. Angie Turner hopes her new farm-to-table restaurant can be a fresh start in her old hometown in rural Idaho. But when a goat dairy farmer is murdered, Angie must turn the tables on a bleeding black sheep. Guys, these slay me. We then find ourselves in Illinois, and I have read this one. This is Tart of Darkness by Denise Swanson. I highly recommend this series. It's such a good series. Having a killer craving for cozies, then you need to check this out. Right when Danny thinks she's hit a dead end in her career, she unexpectedly inherits an enormous empty mansion in a quaint college town. This gives her the perfect opportunity to pursue her true passion, cooking. So Danny opens the Chef to Go, preparing delicious ready-made meals for hungry students attending the nearby university, as well as providing personal chef services and catering events for the local community. To help support her new business, she opens her home to a few students, renting them rooms and becoming almost like a big sister figure to them. But Danny's sweet new life has a measure of darkness in it. When the friend of one of her boarders is murdered, Danny becomes the primary suspect. She'll have to scramble to clear her name, solve the culinary mystery, and save her business before the killer reappears, perhaps silencing the new chef forever. I really love that series, guys. I couldn't recommend it anymore. Then we find ourselves all the way in Indiana, and it is a magical cozy. It is a bewitching mystery called The Trouble with Magic by Madeline Alt. Antique shop clerk Maggie O'Neill was a little worried when she discovered her new boss, Felicity, was a witch. But Felicity becomes the suspect in a local murder. Maggie must enlist Felicity's Wiccan friends for help and discover her own spellbinding talent. I love magical cozies, guys. You know I do. We leave Indiana and head all the way to Iowa from Newsprint to Footprints, the first River's Edge Cozy Mystery series by Elaine Orr. What if you lived in a small town, lose your job, and don't see other employment options nearby? This was Melanie Parkin's predicament when grouchy news publisher Hal Morris finds her because she took too many photos of flowers when she was supposed to concentrate on the story at hand. She lands work as a landscaper, but there's an ugly surprise her first day at the new job. At first, no one thinks Melanie could be a killer, but when her hoe turns up in the same pile as a body, the local sheriff isn't so sure. Melanie initially is willing to let law enforcement clear her name, but the hoe and a nighttime assault convince Melanie that she has to look out for herself. We find our way from Iowa all the way to Kansas, where I have family, actually. This is Gluten for Punishment. This is the first in a Baker's Treat mystery series by Nancy J. Para. It says, even though Tony, oh, that's my aunt's name, spelled exactly the same way, is used to going against the grain by preparing allergy-safe, gluten-free products for her online bakery, Baker's Treat, opening a storefront in the middle of wheat country Kansas might be biting off more than she can chew. The town is already skeptical of her flour-free ways, but when a local wheat farmer is murdered outside of her patisserie, skepticism turns into outright suspicion. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we leave Kansas and we go to Kentucky. It is another sort of magical cozy. It's a Ghostly Undertaking. It's a ghostly southern mystery by Tanya Capes. It says, a funeral, a ghost, a murder. It's all in a day's work for Emma Lean Rains. Bopped on the head from a falling plastic Santa, local undertaker Emma Lee Rains is told she's suffering from funeral trauma. It's trauma, all right, because the not so dearly departed keep talking to her. Take Ruthie Sue Payne, innkeeper, gossip queen, and arch nemesis of Emma Lee's granny. She's adamant that she didn't just fall down those stairs, she was pushed. So it looks like she's having to go and figure out the whodunit for that. We leave Kentucky and we head all the way to Louisiana with Keepsake Crimes, a scrapbook mystery series by Laura Childs. New Orleans scrapbooking shop owner Carmela Bertrand delights her customers with her stunning arrangements of their scrapbooks. But among her keepsakes, she finds a tip of her own about a murder. Business is booming and life is cozy for Carmela at her scrapbooking shop Memory Mine. But when one of the city's elite dies during Mardi Gras, the police has named Carmela's estranged husband as their #1 suspect. Although Carmela hasn't forgotten how he scrapped their marriage, she doesn't think he's cut out to be a killer. If Seamus is being framed, Carmela might be the only one who can find the pattern. So we find ourselves leaving Louisiana to go to Christmas in Maine with 12 Sleighs of Christmas. This is a Christmas Tree Farm mystery series by Jacqueline Frost. I highly recommend it. We read it for the Cozy Escape Book Club. I loved it. When Holly White's fiance cancels their Christmas Eve wedding with less than 2 weeks to go, Holly heads home with a broken heart. Lucky for her, home is in historic Mistletoe, Maine during Christmas time. Exactly what the doctor prescribed, except her plan to down her troubles in peppermints and snickerdoodles is upended when local grouch and president of Mistletoe Historical Society, Margaret Fenwick, is bludgeoned and left in a sleigh display at reindeer games, Holly's family tree farm. Highly recommend it. It's so, so good. I promise you will not regret it. And our last stop for this episode is in Maryland, and it is Great Balls of Fury, a Federal Bureau of Magic cozy mystery series by Annabelle Chase. That just sounds fantastic. It says, welcome to Chipping Cheddar, where supernaturals are hidden in plain sight. Annoying but loving family? Check. A picturesque small town with a hot police chief? Check. A rescue hellhound, a black cat with attitude, and a pet python that thinks he's a puppy? Triple check. Cleo, I think they're talking about you. Are they talking about you? My story has the hallmarks of a sweet, cozy, supernatural tale, but there's a twist. I am evil. Well, I'm supposed to be evil, thanks to both nature and nurture, but I fight it with every fiber of my being. I just want to live a normal life. I even joined the FBI instead of the Federal Bureau of Magic until my powers reared their ugly head and the agency sent me packing back to my hometown to fight magical crimes instead. Now I'm back in Chipping Cheddar, living with my evil family with a new job and all my old baggage. Oh, and there's a dead body, which is definitely not an accident. So there you have it. Welcome to my world. That just sounds freaking adorable and fantastic. So that was the second episode of the Cozy Caravan. If you want to add to the other 30 states that we still need, I have a form down below that you can fill out with your favorite cozies, and I have over 100 so far that people have been suggesting. So go and check that out. That's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.